everybody! This video is going to help you know how to submit your discussion board post in Canvas and how to respond to each other in our discussion boards. So for today's example, we are going to be working in Miss Moore's 6th grade math class. You can see that right up here. So once you log into Canvas and you're in the class that you want to work on, you're going to select modules. So for right now, we're going to work on week 2. And you'll notice that all of my prep work is bolded out here because I've already completed my prep work for the week. You can't work on that discussion until you've done all of this. So make sure when you log in for the first time to work on a week's work that you start at the very top and you work your way down to get to that discussion board. So once we reach our discussion, we're going to click on week 2 discussion board here. And the first thing I want to do is I want to read all the instruction that Miss Moore has left for me. So let's read through that together. We want to answer all components in this discussion to receive full credit. You must post your original responses as well as engaging in professional conversation with your classmates. Make sure to use and/or reference anything new you learned in preparation this week. This week in our discussion, you will share out your work progress related to Canvas. Please answer the following 2 questions in one post. Okay, so that's super important that we have 2 questions to answer, but we are going to only answer them in one post. We're going to answer them together. So here's our question. Specifically related to math class, explain what is working for you while you learn and work through our new platform Canvas. And number 2, what about Canvas is not working for you? Okay, I'm going to start thinking about what I want to write there. Then we have a second part. When responding to a classmate, think about this. What advice can you give your classmates about Canvas? Okay, so I have 2 things to do. I need to submit a discussion response which answers these 2 questions, and I also need to respond to a classmate with some advice. Okay, so now that we know what we need to write about, we're going to take a look at the discussion rubric. Now, if you don't know what a rubric is something that helps us know how we're going to be graded. So if we look at this box right here, it tells us that our discussion board is going to be out of 10 total points. So let's figure out how we earn those 10 points. So first, we receive 5 points if we have an original and significant post. So we can ask ourselves, did I answer the question fully and follow all directions? Okay. You can get 2 more points if we have responded significantly to at least one classmate. And don't worry, we're going to do that together in just a minute so you'll know what that looks like. Then you get 2 more points if your original response or response to your classmate references the prep work for that week. So you worked through all that work before you get to the discussion board. If you bring that new information into your discussion, you get 2 more points. And the last point, you get 1 more point for grammar and syntax. So did you use proper grammar, punctuation, and spelling, all that kind of good stuff. Make sure you capitalize I's, make sure you use periods and question marks appropriately, okay? Okay, so now we know what we need to talk about. We know how we're going to respond to our classmate, and we know how we're going to be graded. So we are ready to make our post. So to make our post, we're going to come down to this box right here that says reply, and a text box is going to open up, and I can click in here and I can write my answer. So I'm going to scroll back up and just reference my questions real quick. So we have 2 questions to answer. 1, what is working for you while you learn and work through our new platform Canvas? And number 2, what about Canvas is not working for you? So I'm going to come right down here, and I'm going to restate my question in my answer because you guys are 6th graders and you can handle that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, what is working for me in Canvas is that while I am not getting to see everyone at school, I am still able to work on math skills and learn some new techniques on how to solve challenging problems. Okay? That's the first answer for our question. Now, if I answer my second question, what about Canvas is not working for you? So I might put in here, what is not working for me in Canvas is that sometimes I work on my discussion board early and I don't see any other classmates to talk to. Now, just a tip, if you run into that, give your classmates a day or so, and then everybody will kind of contribute to the conversation. So check back each day, maybe sometimes a couple of times a day, and more people will be posting, okay? Now, I'm going to look back, and I'm going to make sure that I have hit both of my questions here, and that I have followed my rubric. So I've answered the original post, I've included those things in there, and it's in one post, and I'm going to proofread my answer to make sure that I've got all my periods in the right places, I've capitalized all my I's, and I am ready to submit. Because remember, the second part down here is when I'm responding to a classmate, we are going to give some advice to another classmate in just a second, but we need to submit our answer first. So we're going to scroll down and it says post reply right here. Now make sure you proofread and everything sounds the way that you want to before you hit that post button, okay? So now you can see that, and I am test student in here right here, and you can see that my post is going to show up with everybody else, okay? So we're going to hit, now you can hit next, and this would send you right into the assignment for the week. But what I want to do is that I want to go back through my discussion board, which you can scroll back up through and see everybody else's responses, because now I need to reply, just like my directions said right here, I need to reply to another student with some advice about what they would do. So I've created another response down here that I want us to take a look at. So this is another example. So let's pretend this person is named Lucy. She says, what's working best for me in Canvas is I like that I can start working at the beginning of a lesson, and when I'm done, it takes me right to the next section. This makes it easy for me to use. What's not working for her in Canvas is that when I don't understand part of the lesson, I get stuck and can't complete the work. So that must be really frustrating. So what we would do is we would think to ourselves, what kind of advice could I give Lucy? Now, your challenge is to write a response just like you would if you were talking to Lucy in person. So you could say, Lucy, I completely understand. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Make sure you spell check. Completely understand where you are coming from. My advice to you would be to email Miss Moore your questions so that she can help. Another suggestion would be for you to post in the discussion board what you are struggling with, and maybe we can help each other. Good luck this week. So again, I'm talking to Lucy just like I would talk to Lucy and as a real person, and you're going to give her some advice on that. So once I write my reply to Lucy, I'm going to hit post reply, and that's going to show up right underneath Lucy's original post. Okay, so now before I'm done with this, I'm going to move on to my assignment. I'm going to look right here and make sure that I've hit all those things in that rubric. I have an original post, and I answered the questions fully. I've responded to at least one classmate. Now don't remember, you can respond to more people if you want to. But to get my 2 points, I want to respond to at least one person. And then it's significant. I really thought about my response before I responded to Lucy. Am I going to get these other 2 points? I referenced the prep work from the week. And 1 point, I double checked to make sure that I had good grammar and punctuation and spelling. So I am good to go. So now I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. I'm going to hit that next button. And that next button sends you right to the next thing, which is week 2 assignment. And you can take the quiz there. Okay? All right. If you have any questions about this, reach out to your advisory teachers and they will be able to help you. And I hope this was really helpful, guys. We miss you. Bye.